Woods of Laughter, the Harper family reunion. Once upon a time, in a bustling city, the Harper family decided to reunite for a weekend getaway at a remote cabin in the woods. It was meant to be a time to mend fences and reconnect. The Harper family was quite the bunch. There was Grandpa Joe, Grandma Lily, their 3 kids, Max, Sarah, and Dave, and their grandkids, Emma, Luke, and Sophie. Max, the eldest, was a strict, no-nonsense businessman. Sarah, the middle child, was a free-spirited artist. Dave, the youngest, was a joker with a carefree attitude. As the family packed their bags, hidden agendas and old grudges simmered beneath the surface. No one quite knew what to expect from the weekend. The journey to the cabin was filled with excitement and a bit of tension. The children, Emma, Luke, and Sophie, chatted eagerly about exploring the woods. When they arrived at the cabin, it stood tall and inviting among the towering trees. It was rustic, with a charming porch and a warm glow emanating from its windows. Inside, the cabin was cozy but a bit cramped for such a large family. Grandma Lily had prepared a big pot of her famous stew, which filled the air with a delicious aroma. As they settled in, the first awkward encounter occurred. Max and Dave accidentally bumped into each other in the narrow hallway, causing Dave to spill his drink. "Nice one, Dave," Max muttered, rolling his eyes. Dave just laughed it off, saying, "Guess we need bigger hallways or smaller egos, bro." Dinner was served, and the family gathered around the large wooden table. Grandpa Joe tried to break the ice by sharing a story from his youth. "Remember the time we went camping, and a raccoon stole our food?" Grandpa Joe said, chuckling. "I thought Mom was going to chase it with a broom." Laughter erupted, but the mood quickly shifted when Sarah mentioned her upcoming art exhibition. Max rolled his eyes, muttering, "Here we go again with the art talk." "At least I have something I'm passionate about," Sarah retorted, her eyes narrowing. Grandma Lily quickly intervened, suggesting a hike the next morning. The next day, the family set out on a hike. The forest was beautiful, with birds chirping and the sun shining through the leaves. Emma, Luke, and Sophie ran ahead. As they walked, old memories resurfaced. Max and Sarah found themselves reminiscing about their childhood, laughing about their adventures in the backyard. However, the peace was short-lived. Luke accidentally tripped and fell into a mud puddle, splattering mud all over Dave's new sneakers. "Seriously, Luke?" Dave groaned, trying to clean his shoes. "Sorry, Uncle Dave," Luke said sheepishly, while the others couldn't help but giggle. Back at the cabin, tensions flared again when Max discovered that Dave had borrowed his laptop without asking. "You can't just take my stuff," Max snapped. "Chill out, Max. I just needed it for a moment," Dave replied, unfazed. Sarah sighed, feeling the weight of their sibling rivalry. That evening, a game of charades was suggested to lighten the mood. Everyone reluctantly agreed, knowing it was better than arguing. As the game progressed, the family found themselves laughing uncontrollably. Grandpa Joe's impression of a dancing chicken had everyone in stitches. In the midst of the fun, Emma blurted out, "Mom, is it true you and Uncle Dave dated in high school?" The room fell silent, eyes wide with shock. "Emma," Sarah exclaimed, turning red. Dave chuckled, "Well, it was a long time ago. We were just kids." The tension eased as laughter resumed. The next day, the family decided to split into groups for different activities. Max and Dave chose fishing, hoping to find common ground. As they sat by the lake, Max admitted, "I guess I've been a bit hard on you, Dave." Dave nodded, "And I've been too careless. Let's try to meet halfway." Meanwhile, Sarah and Grandma Lily took the kids berry picking. "Your uncles will always be like that," Grandma Lily said, smiling. but deep down, they care. "Yeah," Max replied softly. "We had some good times." They sat in silence, a comfortable peace settling between them for the first time in years. The family gathered around the fireplace, toasting marshmallows and sharing more stories. The crackling fire and sweet treats warmed their hearts. In the afternoon, the family gathered for a picnic by the lake. Grandpa Joe suggested they share their favorite memories, hoping to foster some goodwill. One by one, they shared stories of family trips, silly pranks, and heartfelt moments. The laughter and tears brought them closer together. That evening, Sarah and Max sat on the porch, watching the stars. "Remember when we used to camp out in the backyard?" Sarah asked, smiling. Inside, Dave and Grandma Lily prepared a special dessert, s'mores by the fireplace. "This will bring everyone together," Grandma Lily said confidently. Suddenly, there was a loud crash from the kitchen. Emma had accidentally knocked over a stack of dishes. "Oops," she said, giggling nervously. "It's okay, accidents happen," Grandpa Joe said, patting her on the head. "We'll clean it up together." And so they did, laughing all the while. As the night grew late, Grandma Lily suggested they write down what they appreciated about each other and put the notes in a jar to read the next morning. The next morning, they opened the jar and read the notes aloud. There were tears, laughter, and heartfelt apologies. The family felt closer than ever. Before they packed up to leave, they took a group photo by the lake. "Let's make this a new tradition," Sarah suggested. "An annual family getaway." Everyone agreed, realizing how much they needed this time together. The drive home was filled with chatter and plans for the next year's trip. Max and Dave shook hands, a silent promise to work on their relationship. Sarah felt a sense of peace, knowing her family was on the path to healing. The kids were already planning their next adventure in the woods, excited about the new memories they would create. As they pulled into their driveway, Grandpa Joe said, "Remember, family is like branches on a tree. We may grow in different directions, but our roots remain as one." The family nodded in agreement, feeling a renewed sense of unity. They knew it wouldn't always be easy, but they were committed to staying connected. Over the next few months, the Harpers made a conscious effort to communicate better and spend more time together, strengthening their bonds. Max and Dave found themselves working on projects together, finding a new respect for each other's strengths and differences. Sarah's art exhibition was a success, with her family there to support her. Max even purchased one of her paintings, much to her surprise. Family dinners became a regular occurrence, filled with laughter, stories, and, of course, Grandma Lily's famous stew. The children thrived in this new environment of love and support, growing closer to their cousins and learning the importance of family. The next year, the family returned to the cabin, this time with more excitement and less apprehension. They knew what to expect and embraced it. The weekend was filled with new adventures, shared meals, and moments of quiet reflection. The Harpers had found their rhythm. Grandpa Joe and Grandma Lily watched with pride as their family bonded. They knew they had created something special, a legacy of love and laughter. On the last night of their second getaway, the family gathered around the fireplace again, sharing their hopes and dreams for the future. To family, Grandpa Joe toasted. "May we always find our way back to each other, no matter where life takes us." To family, they all echoed, clinking their glasses together. It was a moment of pure joy and connection, one they would cherish forever. As they packed up the next day, there was a sense of contentment and anticipation for the future. They knew this tradition would continue. The drive home was filled with new plans and ideas for their next getaway. The Harpers had transformed from a dysfunctional group into a strong, united family. They had learned to forgive, to appreciate their differences, and to cherish the moments they had together. The absurdity of their relationships had become their strength. The Harpers knew that life would continue to throw challenges their way, but they were ready to face them together, with love and laughter. And so, the Harper family lived on, bound by their shared experiences and the memories they created each year at the cabin in the woods. They discovered that family was more than just being related by blood. It was about the connections they forged, the love they shared, and the journey they took together.